What is up, guys? Ginn here, and in today's video, we are live streaming. We are currently live, and what I'm going to do is I have a phone right here, and what I'm going to do with this phone is I'm going to try to get wholesaling deals. You're going to see the whole start to finish wholesaling real estate guide for cold calling. That is what I'm going to do today. That is what I love doing, and honestly, I'm not a broke guru, and the only way I can flex on a broke wholesaling guru is to do what they're not willing to do. And I've not found any wholesaling gurus who are willing to go on a live stream, click the live button, put everything on the line, and call sellers in front of everyone, right? I love calling sellers when no one's there, right? That's when I started out. But like I can do it in front of people now because I'm pretty good at it, you know? And the one thing I can tell you is I'm not perfect. And before we get into this live stream of me cold calling, I want you to understand this. I'm not perfect. I'm not the most perfect, polished cold call in the world. But I put a lot of hours in where I'm better than most people. And because of this, I get more deals than anyone else. Not because I'm better than them, but because I just put in the work. And I want you guys to understand, watching me do this is not going to be some super slick, I close 50 deals. If you see me close 50 deals in 50 minutes, just know it's scripted. There's some person on the other line. That's not how wholesaling really works. Guys, I don't even know where I'm cold calling today. That's the best part. I don't even personally know where I'm going to cold call today. You know why? Because it's unscripted. We have the spinner wheel. We're going to figure it all out together. And what I'm going to do is just bring my phone, start cold calling sellers. You're going to see the first for the full start to finish process. We're ready to go. We're good to go. But before I do it, guys, you already know I have to flex on a guru. And this is the only thing gurus never do when they live cold call. But let me just show you really quick. This is time.gov. This shows everybody watching me do this live that this is a live cold call. Everyone from all standard time zones can confirm this is a live cold call. All right. This isn't scripted. I don't have my auntie on the other line and I gave her a script to say that this is unscripted. I don't know where I'm calling. I'm just going to make offers and see where it goes. I can tell you from these live streams, sometimes I call, I get like 3 deals. Sometimes I get no deals. But what I could tell you is on average, you guys learn a lot of me talking to sellers and things like that. And that is the point. So we're getting the live cold call. We're excited. We're ready to go. Before we do it, you already know what to do. Okay. Guys, make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. Obviously, comment below your questions you have. I do look at the comments and I'm here to help you guys out. So without further ado, let's get it going. Let's go. Let's get the spinner wheel. And guys, I'm itching to call. It's been a couple weeks, so I want to get calling, you know, so let's get it going. So guys, let's cue the intro. It's wholesaling time, baby. And let's go. Woo!
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up, and get the guy go. Time to wake up, bitch. Get up. Get up. Get up.
Oh, yeah, let's go. Cedric said this best. It's flex on a guru time. Why do I say this? Why do I constantly? Because a guru will not. They all have these $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 wholesaling programs and courses, but they won't do this. They won't go live and cold call in front of you. They're scared because I want you guys to understand this before getting into live calling that every guru who shows you cold calling looks perfect, super polished. Everything goes so perfectly on the call that they do the smoothest lines ever and just all goes according to plan. That's not how wholesaling works. That's not how cold calling works. Guys, even when I get really smooth calls and I get smooth, slick lines and I close sellers in front of you guys, which I do a lot, it's not perfect, right? And so let me show you. This is the stuff that you can even give 10 grand to these gurus. They won't even give this information because they're broke. They actually don't know how to wholesale, and most of them don't, and they don't know how to cold call. Cold calling, guys, it's a muscle. If you don't work out that muscle, if you cold call a lot 3 years ago and then you kind of stopped, you're not going to be good at cold calling now. The muscle's not there. It's like stopping running marathons and then 10 years later, you try to run a marathon. You can be okay, but you're not going to be perfect. And this is another reason why I do live cold calling. It's not productive for me to cold call for 2 hours just by myself to, flex on a guru and to get my muscles good for cold calling. I'd rather just do it in front of you. That's what I do here. So let's go after it, guys. I'm going to be calling the Zillow for sale by owners today, which is historically one of the hardest lists to cold call, because if I'm going to do a challenge, I'm going to do the hardest thing you possibly can, because you know why? No guru ain't going to do it. So let's get into it. Let's break this all down. Let's get it, guys. If you want to learn wholesaling real estate for free, I'm going to say this up front. Just go to freewholesaling.com. It's my free real estate wholesaling course. And if you want to see like snipped out versions of me closing sellers, so you don't have to watch the entire live streams, those are there, all snipped out, the best ones. Those are edited, so you don't get the raw one on there. Some, yeah, but So let's get going. Let's go to the spinner wheel. Let's see where I'm calling. I don't even know where I'm calling today, but I trust the spinner wheel. The spinner wheel knows all. The spinner wheel will lead me to success. Where are we going? Oh, Lord. Here we go. Here we go. Idaho. All right, that's fine. We're going to be in Idaho today. I'm probably going to do 2 spins because Idaho's tiny, but hey, no big deal. Idaho. So Idaho actually has one of the most saturated markets of all time when it comes to, not saturated, but markets that are going down in value is Boise. It is actually one of the most, it's one of the biggest markets that's going down in value. So pretty interesting, but Idaho's weird. It's got a lot of going on here. So without further ado, let's get calling on Idaho. Let's get it. Let's see what we got here. You already know what I'm doing. So we're calling. Let's see what we're getting here. And we're going to see what I can do. We're going to start calling some sellers and let's get it. So let's go to the for sales. All right, let's go here. Idaho's got some expensive real estate too. A lot of people might not know that, but it's true. All right, we are going to go to for sale. We're going to do by owner. All righty, and then home type. Let's do houses, manufactured, and multifamily. All right, other listings. We're going to go by new. All right, let's get calling. All right. So yeah, I like to call ones that are really old, and we like to see what's going on. So let's start with some of the older ones, guys. Obviously, the older they are, the least likelihood they're actually going to answer my call. But hey, it's worth a shot, right? So let's get calling. Let's see what I can do here, and let's see if I can close a deal or not. So let's get it. Let's see here, $40 a month, garbage pickup, and it's all fine. All right, let's go. 2481. All right, let's see. It's a little early in Idaho, so let's see where we're at here. All righty.
Hello.
Hello, hi. Is this the owner of 332 South First Street?
Yes.
Hello, hi. My name is Zach. I'm actually calling my business cell, so this might be a recorded call. I'm calling here on the Zillow ad, and I know it's been listed for a little bit. I was just seeing if you're still looking to sell it.
Yes.
Yes? Okay. I don't think I caught your name. My name's Zach. What's your name?
Jack.
Jack. Nice to meet you, Jack. Kind of rhymes with Zach, so perfect. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to cut to the chase. I see the listing here. I kind of read up on it, saw the pictures. Is there any difference between when you first listed it to now with the condition or the pictures or anything like that on the property?
When I first, say that again, please?
Yeah. Is the condition different at all from when you first listed it like a year ago to now? Just seeing if you did anything to the property.
A year ago, no, not really.
Okay.
Probably some outside work was done. That's all.
Okay. All righty. Well,
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Florida.
Oh, Florida.
Yeah, but
Did
I
you
got.
call before?
I've never called before here.
Uh-huh.
Did you get a call from one of my partners?
I've received calls from Florida and back east quite often.
Okay. Yeah, Florida's getting really expensive. We're kind of looking towards, that area. It's pretty good for Airbnbs and, it's really good vacation spot. So I know me and my partners are looking in that area, but Florida's like that, but it's just the insurance is crazy and it's really expensive. So,
Yes. Are you coming out this way?
no, I'd have partners go by, they'd work on the property and then they'd manage the rental for me and my partners.
No. Is there somebody from your area or company or you that is going to look at the place?
Yes,
soon?
they definitely would. Yes.
I see.
But yeah, we're just calling.
What would you like to know?
Yeah. So, I mean, I see the property here. I've read it through. It looks okay. It might need some updating just on our end. But I'm kind of looking at the whole creek area on there. Is there anything kind of not listed that I need to know about on the property if I was going to buy it and potentially rent it out?
No.
Okay. I mean, the only question I really have here is I see there's a price increase on here. I see it's been listed for a little bit. Is there a reason why this property hasn't been selling at all?
Well, it has no visibility. It's on others on Zillow, and no one looks there much at all.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the only place it's advertised that I'm aware of.
Yeah. Okay. That's probably where I've seen it too. All right. I mean, have you gotten any offers on this property?
Yes.
Okay. And what kind of offer ranges were you getting? I don't want to give you an offer that's too low, too high.
Discuss that. Listen, you send somebody out to look at it first, and we'll go from there. Okay? I get a lot of calls from back east, and usually they're companies, and they're going to make an offer, a low offer over the phone, and I don't wish to have that happen anymore. So if you want to look at it, you send somebody by to look at it.
Sure.
All right?
Jack, can I ask you a couple
right.
more questions really quick? I don't want to waste your time or my time here. I know your time is very valuable. What's a low offer to you? And I just want to see if we're in the right range or not. I don't want to waste your time or my time here.
A low offer.
So you said we're getting a lot of low offers lately. What are those low offers?
I don't wish to discuss that
Okay.
over the phone.
Okay. Well, just roughly for me, if I was going to buy this cash, what would work for you?
The price it's at now.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, if I'm going to buy this thing for a rental, I'd probably be around 140 on this.
Well, see, this is the thing. You're making an insulting offer from back east. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that low IQ?
Well,
Are
Jack,
you a low IQ people? Are you a low IQ person?
I don't think so.
Well, that's good.
I have a
Now,
question for you.
I'm not a low IQ person. Okay.
I have a question then. If you're high IQ,
You have a good day.
Jack.
Don't call me anymore. I know you've called before. Don't call again.
Jack, you listed it for 250. All right. So Jackie boy over here, he listed the property for $250,000. 6 months ago. He's cut the price by 50 grand. Do you see all these price cuts? So I know I might be low IQ according to him, but it doesn't take someone who has a low IQ to figure out if price go down, price keep go down. I don't know what else to say. If price goes from 250 to 225 to 220 to 219 to 217 to 215 to 213, all the way down to 205, do you think this is trending to go down to value or up to value? I don't know. I've never heard the term you guys out east. What makes me low IQ? Come on. You know what? I'm going to text my mom. I think my mom thinks I'm not low IQ, and that's all that matters, right? I always say that. I'm like, you know what? I don't care what I just think it's funny. But here's the thing. Let me just be completely honest with you guys. All right. If he listed the property for 250 and he's brought it in a range of 4 or 5 months to 200, and it's been listed for over a year, he's going to keep cutting the price down, probably another 50 grand to bump it up, 150. It doesn't take it's actually high IQ to buy it for a low price, because it's smart for me being an investor than to buy it for an overprice. Because if he's cut at 50, he's going to cut another 50. That's a smart thing to say, but low IQ, come on. Come on, Jack. That was mean. He didn't hurt my feelings though. I just does. But like, I've never heard you guys from out east. You're out east. Oh my God. That was too much for me. But hey, we gotta talk. We gotta get some controversy starting out today, don't we? We gotta really out east. The menace from out east over here. He's going out here. That was probably the funniest thing I've heard today.
Keep a number and I will return your call. Please leave your message after the tone.
Hello, this is Zach. Please give me a call back whenever you can. I never called this guy before. I've never called this guy. I've never called Idaho in my life. Like, what? If I called him before, the caller ID would have popped up. Oh my gosh. Hey, whatever. I just think it's funny. Oh my Lord, these people. What am I going to do with these people, you know? They are absolutely driving me up a wall. All right, let's get some calls here. All right, this is another person. Do I have a number on this? Yes, I do. Perfect.
Hi, you've reached Mike Jensen. Please send me a text to the same number or leave a message, and I will get back to you. Thanks.
Hey, this is Zach. Give me a call back whenever you can. Whoa. Low IQ. I'll show you low IQ. I'd offer him 100 grand next time. But I'm a nice guy. Everyone knows that. I'm the sweetest guy in all the land. All right. There ain't nobody sweeter than me. Let's see distress on that house. Got no number there. Okay, I see some distress here. We can make this work. All right, bet.
Hello?
Hello, hi. Is this the owner of 6554 West 3000 North
Yes.
in Rexburg? Hey, my name is Zach. I'm calling on my business cell. This might be a recorded line. I see the Zillow ad here, and I was seeing if you're still looking to sell the property.
I am.
Okay, hi. My name is Zach. What's your name?
Madeline.
Madeline?
Madeline.
Madeline. Okay, Madeline. Nice to meet you. I'm looking at this property here. I had a couple questions. Is this a good time to talk?
Are you wanting to purchase it, or are you
Yeah.
wanting to be a realtor?
I'm looking to purchase it. I'm not a realtor. I'm not trying to convince you to list it. I'm potentially looking to buy it. I wouldn't say I'm looking to buy it right now. I just have some questions first. I just want to make sure if it's the right fit or not. So
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, first question, I see the pictures here. I know it's got listed like 100 and something odd days ago. Is there any difference with the property? Anything changed? Life changes? Something like that with the
No.
property? No? Okay.
No.
Okay. So, what's the story with the property? Are you living in it? Was this a rental? What's the story with it?
It's actually my sister's,
Ah,
and
okay.
she passed away, so
Oh,
I'm the
geez.
executor of her estate.
Sorry to hear that.
Thank you.
Okay. So, from what I've seen and read here, this is just my guess, obviously, but it looks like a 2 acre property, um, sort of kind of like a ranch farm type style.
Yeah.
I could be wrong with it, but I know it's got a silo and all these things. Now, I'm just
Mhm.
FY for me and my partners, we like to buy properties and usually rent them out, possibly
Mhm.
do a short term rental if it's something that works for us. I'm not the farming type guy, but they do make
Mhm.
really attractive for short term rentals. And that's something we're kind of calling around and looking at. And so that's kind of
Mhm.
why I was seeing if I can make anything work like this. So, I see it's a 2-1 here. Is there any other like dwelling units um,
No.
in there? I see like a wooden cabin. I'm just trying to understand.
Yeah, that's an outbuilding.
Oh, like an outhouse?
No, it's not an outhouse. It's just like a little cabin building out there.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. All right.
Yeah, there's that one. There's a pump house. There's the silo, and then there's 2 different barns.
Okay. And is this property on septic or sewer?
Um, Septic.
Septic. Okay. And no tank problems or anything like that?
Oh no.
Okay. I've heard some nightmare stories. So
And it's
that's
got 3 wells on it.
oh, okay. Perfect. All right. Okay. And I mean, looks like a decent property. I mean, what is there a reason why this property hasn't sold yet? It's been listed for a couple months now.
I'm just selling it by owner, and then the winter it makes it hard to get up there.
Yeah. Okay. So do you live far away from there?
And about 45 minutes.
Oh, okay. That's not bad at all. All right.
No.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, this might be a property I might be looking to buy.
Mhm.
The only issue with it just being a 2 bedroom, 1 bath, I don't see any pictures of that outhouse or the silo of the inside. Um,
Uh-huh.
what kind of would that have to have repairs? Does it need upkeep? Is there any leaks? I see there might be a hole in one of the windows. Like any type of
Yeah, the
renovation.
outbuildings, yeah, depending on what you wanted to use them for. The silo is, it's okay. There's no leaks or anything like that.
Okay. Just trying to think of what I can do here. And I'm sorry if I'm asking you a bunch. I'm just seriously looking at everything here, all my options on it.
Mhm.
They're all
Yeah.
permitted and everything like that.
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. All right. And I'm calling from Florida, obviously. So this would be something for me and my managers out here, out in Idaho. Do you know what the property is zoned for? Is it residential or commercial?
I don't know.
Okay. Just curious. Because sometimes there's zoned commercial, like for farmland, or because there's certain things I can and can't do with each zoning. So that's why I'm asking you here. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. So yeah, I see this here. So if I'm going to buy this thing, I'm probably going to do some work on it. I'd have to have my contractor go by and give me some bids on it. The 2-1 looks decent on there. If I just bought this cash, do you know what works for you if I pay closing costs and just buy it?
Mhm. No, I don't. No, not off the top of my head.
Okay. So I'm just trying to see where you're at on the price here, because I did see it was listed for 400 and then went down to 325. I mean,
Yeah.
325.
325.
Say that again?
It's listed at 325.
Yeah, I see that. It went down like 75,000, and I'm just
Mhm.
the price is a little too high for me right here with the amount of work. And so I was just seeing if there's anything we can do with the price there, because I'd have to be probably off of that by a little bit.
Mhm. Like what?
Trying to think. I mean, if I can get 250 a night, I'd probably be closer to run the numbers here. Probably closer to 230,000 on this. I'm just thinking off the top of my head.
Yeah, I've already had a higher offer than that I won't take. So.
Okay. What other offers were you getting on it? I'm just curious.
The last one was 275.
275. Is there a reason why you didn't take that?
Yeah, because I know it'll sell for more.
Okay. And you were getting higher offers than 275.
Not yet, but I do have several people looking
Okay.
at it.
Well, Madeline, I appreciate the call and best of luck.
Mm-hmm.
And if anything changes, good luck selling the property. I really appreciate the conversation.
Yeah, you bet.
Have a great one.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Guys, obviously, I'm telling you honestly, I think she's bluffing a little bit on that one. I'm just telling y'all the truth. I think she's bluffing a little. Just a little bit of bluffing. Just a little bit of bluffing on here. I don't think she has any other offers. And so that's kind of why I gave a really low offer. She's got nothing. I'm being leveraged. When you go down 75K in price, as you can see here, how's a big bluff? She'll call me back probably in a couple days and want to take that 220. No big deal on that one. It's a tiny 2-1. Okay. And then on top of this too, I'm pretty firm on what I went on this thing. It's going to be a little harder sometimes to get such a good price. But yeah, I think 220 would be actually a good one on there. So I'm not upset over that at all. And she knows to sell more of 275. So no big deal. But I want everyone to understand this and watching this. When you're dealing with a probate situation, like her sister died. All right. Like guys, you have to have this compassion in your heart. And for 99% of people out here, besides Jack, who I talked to the first call, they have a heart. Okay. And they actually care when they hear that. Like it's sad. They feel terrible for the other person. So you just want to be nice, right? So that's where we're at. Okay. So I want you guys to understand, like, even with a probate situation, don't be upset. Don't be angry. And, they're getting a little greedy on the price, but that's okay. Hey, that's on time. Hey, I follow up with this person and I just keep calling. That's really it's not that difficult. You just keep the calls up. That's a deal probably in 3 to 4 months. So let's look at the math here. I just want you guys to see what I see. So you look here, you see how it took her 1 month, less than a month, to go down by that much. That's when buyers see that, it's a terrible thing to look at. So I know if she brings it down another 20%, we're going to be closer to that range I'm at. So I know that 220 is actually a good one. So yeah, I was like, wait, is that an outhouse? What's going on? To bring this up to the condition it needs, I just want everyone to know, like, I could sell this to an Airbnb guy all day. This would have to be updated, but not bad. This is pretty cool. This would be a cool little farm thing, but it needs a lot of work. Obviously, it needs a lot of work. And that's why I think it would be decent, right? Dogs on the property. I like that. House isn't too bad. But yeah, it's going to need a lot of work. And so that's why I was at that price. I'm not budging from that. I know what the thing's worth, and I know it's where it's got to be at. So I ain't budging. Okay. Like, I ain't the type of guy to be budging on that stuff. All right. So it drives me crazy. Also, I'm going to get on the next call here, but I do want to let everyone know I've been asked forever on this. So I'll break it down. We've, I'll say this in the middle, and then I'm going to get the calls when I'm looking at this. We've been experimenting for a little bit, in the works. I kind of said we had something in the works, for a while on it, for SMS for ourselves. And so we've been talking and experimenting with, this SMS service I've been using in the past for a while. And, they've integrated some great things. They've taken my suggestions, and, we're having everyone use it now. And it's stuff that we're using too, and stuff that we love, right? And so this is a service I've made a lot of money with, and we've changed our SMS platform over. So we are having it because it's basically writing our scripts for us, which no other service can absolutely do anymore. We've had some limits on some other SMS services we have been using. So we have switched officially. We've been experimenting for months, but you know me, I experiment and then boom, I get into it. And so this is a new service, not new. I've made I've almost made $1 million with this platform in the past. And so I love it, but they've done some new things. They've taken my suggestions and they've changed a lot of great stuff. And we've seen a lot of success, and mostly our own people have been helping some people in the back end with it. And I haven't been talking about it from the shadows, but I can explain it today. And I'll talk a little more about it next week, but I do want, because I'm going to get questions for this, because what happened to smszack.com? So I want everyone, before we get in the next calls, I want to tell you, everyone's been asking I took SMS Zach off for a while. And because SMS was okay when I was using the other services, but it was a lot of regulatory stuff happened. We've used our custom platforms, we've done it all, and then we've kind of worked with some. And so new service we're talking about, it's not new. I've made a lot of money in the past with it before and kind of revamped it, reused it, and had a lot of success with it. And we've had students get a lot of success with it, but it's basically service. AI is going to write your script for you. I know it sounds salesy, but it's true. AI will write your script, and it will also limit, so you don't have to say the bad words for SMS. So it's going to help your deliverability rates. Guys, I'm so sick of Twilio. So I've had one prominent guy, makes a lot of money with SMS text blasting. He got banned from Twilio. Banned from Twilio. And they limit you. They have the opt-ins, press stop to get off. It was working really bad for everyone. And so we went with this. And the only reason I went with them is because they had the AI. They got rid of Twilio, and now they're direct to carrier. So that's pretty cool. And so there's no opt-out language. They're literally direct to carrier, so there's no Twilio involved. It's pretty cheap AI. So smszack.com is revamped now. So it's pretty cool. It's the best SMS platform out there. Took me a while to get kind of doing it, but I did want to announce it today while I was calling. So to let everyone know that. So I mean, everyone asked me SMS Zach. It took me a while to get through it because I had to get through Twilio. AI scripts writing everything for you, and they got none of the bad keywords. There's no limits to how many texts because I'm a guy that likes texting a lot. The opt-out language was driving me insane. And so none of that anymore. You just text. It's the best results. And I just wanted to tell people today because I was going to announce it next week, but I know your competition is probably going to start using this. And I want you to get ahead of the competition because with AI, with the stop feature, sellers hate that. So we're going to get into that a little in the future, but smszack.com currently right now, we're all good for it. So so let's get back to calling. I just wanted to let everyone know how to scroll on the bottom. People say, wait, what's going with the AI? What do you mean I don't do this or that anymore? So it is that. So smszack.com. We'll talk about it later. But let's get back to the calls and let's get it. So all right. So that looks nice. 440, the definitely not owned. A nice little price cut here. Not bad. All right. Not bad. All right. Not cool. And also, everyone's like, oh, what EIN should I use for texting? You don't have to use EIN anymore for texting with this platform. So yeah, it's actually launch control. That's what it is. I've made a lot of money in the past. I've always promoted it, but with the recent changes, I've been experimenting for a while now, and it's just been insane. So yeah. So let's keep going here. All right. So we got decent house here. This house has good bones. Oh, I love this sound. When I hear good bones, I know it's a good wholesaling deal. Every single time, hands down, good bones. Oh, I love it. All right. Let's get it. Hello?
Hello?
Hello. Hi. Is this the owner of 126 State Street?
Yes.
Hello. Hi. My name is Zach. I'm calling my business cell, so it might be a recorded line. I'm looking at the Zillow ad, and I might be possibly looking to buy it. I had a couple questions on it, obviously, but I was just trying to see if you're still looking to sell the property.
Well, at this time, it's under contract.
Okay. Well, congratulations.
But it could fall out. You never know.
Yeah. Okay. If you don't mind me asking, do you know what kind of price range it's under contract for?
We started out at 300, and then we went down to 275.9, and I think it's about I think it's 268.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably a little higher than what I would have done. So good for you. And if anything falls out, I'll keep looking on the ad here. I'll have it pinned, and I appreciate it. Good luck selling it.
Okay. Are you an individual or are you working for a firm to buy?
So it would just be an individual. Are you having a firm buy this property?
No.
Ah,
but we
okay.
had one to call, and I try to stay away from them.
Yeah, you want to be careful there. So all right. Well, good luck. Good luck selling it. I appreciate the call.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Oh, yeah, it's kind of funny there, but yeah. All right, no big deal. All right, let's see here. Yeah, you just got to be nice to those people. 268, that might fall out, so you do want to be careful with that. So, no big deal. All right, let's go here. All right, let's go here. Salmon. All right. All right, we got a 2-2 new construction. Yeah, not interested in that. Huh. Where are we at here? Built in 1979. It's a cute little cabin. I need more pictures, though, of it, obviously. I mean, it's got electricity. Beautiful. I think this is just property. Let me call and see.
Hello, this is Amy.
Hey, Amy, is this the owner of 412 Centerville Road?
Yes, it is.
Hello, hi. My name is Zach. I'm calling on a business self, so this might be a recorded line. But I just had a quick question. I don't want to waste your time, my time. I see. What?
Are you a realtor?
I'm not a realtor. You probably got 50 realtor calls today, though.
Yeah.
So I've listed houses for sale by owner before, so I get the whole game of these realtors. But no, I'd be a potential buyer, but it's loose because I had a couple questions. I see this property here. Is it just land, or is there a cabin on here? What's the story on this?
Wait, you want to buy it for yourself?
Yes.
Well, how did you find the app?
On Zillow.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, there's a little cabin on it. The 100 amp electrical panel. The water system right there comes from the pump house right around the corner by the Centerville fire station, and there's a septic tank installed on the property, about 900 gallons, and it's just under 2 acres. Property is packed with ponderosa pines. Faces westward, which is really nice for the sunset and the amount of sun that the property gets, given that it's in Idaho City area. And yeah, it's about 7 miles northwest of Idaho City in New Centerville.
Okay. So I know.
Yeah.
All right. I'm trying to think here. I know Boise and then northeast Idaho City. So that's 7 miles east of that.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
You go into Idaho City and then you'd be taking a left and
Okay.
heading up for about 7 miles.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what was your name?
My name's Amy.
Amy. Nice to meet you, Amy. Why are you looking to sell the property?
It's just time for us to move on to the next adventure.
Okay.
We love it. It's absolutely beautiful.
Do you know the square feet of that cabin?
It's 12 by 14.
Okay.
So,
Not crazy.
It's 4 walls with a potbelly stove, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's fully insulated and stays really warm. We do have power going to the cabin as well. Our internet works great up there, so we use the internet for phone service as well.
Okay.
So the cabin is pretty handy.
You do have internet there?
Yeah, CenturyLink
Wow.
services in that area.
Wow.
They
Okay.
ran a whole new cable up there, so yeah, we work from our computers. So it's really nice to be able to go up there and have good internet service for sure.
Okay. Huh. All right. This could potentially be a potential like a Airbnb for me, and it might be a good investment there because you kind of got that Boise crowd over there. They they like camping and stuff like that. So
Right?
okay. So yeah, this
Yeah.
might be something.
Are you in Boise right now, or?
No, I'm in Florida. I'm looking for cheap
Oh,
real
okay.
estate around the country for rentals.
I see.
Well, me and my partners.
Okay.
But yeah,
Right.
they'd be in they'd be in Boise to go check it out. So how long of a drive is it from Boise to there?
It takes about an hour
Okay.
or so, depending on weather conditions.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
Huh.
between an hour and 20 minutes.
Okay. All right.
So, yeah, we have a lot of really interested people right now, and I actually just reposted it again on Zillow yesterday just to give everybody kind of one last shot to see who's going to make an offer on it. So, or an offer that we can't refuse, really. So
Okay.
we think that it's priced absolutely right. We're doing for sale by owner, so we just want to go straight to the title company with the buyer and get it all signed over. That would be the best, and close quickly. Obviously, everybody wants to close quickly.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I would buy it for
that's what I got.
cash, and as long as the title's
Okay.
fine, it'd be good. Is this structure permitted?
The structure?
Yeah, the cabin.
Oh, well, it was built in 1979 as far as we know.
Okay.
There isn't a foundation on it. It's sitting on cinder blocks.
Okay. I just want to make sure it's permitted because if I have to go get liability insurance, obviously they're gonna have to go check that out and make sure it's all there. But as long as it's
I
all
don't know anything about that.
yeah. No, it's that's something for me to worry about. I just want to make sure everything's all legal, all that stuff. So you said you're getting a lot of offers on it. I've seen it's been listed for about 3 months now. And so I was just seeing if you had contracts.
I wouldn't say offers necessarily, but a lot of interest, and we expect a couple of them to come in this week. I think that's probably because the weather is shifting a little bit, and it's not the total dead of the winter, and so they're getting a lot more traffic and stuff up in that area. So, but yeah, I mean, I can't tell you how many people I've talked to that say that they want it. So if you want to send an offer, or if you have any questions, I can give you my email address if you want.
Well, I just want to ask, I mean, if I was going to buy this thing cash in, I don't know how long you need to move, but like, let's say a month. I mean, that's pretty easy for title. What works? What price works?
What do you think it's worth?
Well, I know it's not worth 175.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Well, I mean, the market has determined if you haven't gotten offers for 175, it's probably not worth that.
Well, I guess that's what we feel that it's worth based
Okay.
on everything that it has. It's very challenging to find a piece of property up there that's in prime condition to put a 2 to 3 bedroom house they wanted right up there on the hill with the septic, the water. Septic alone could run upwards of $30,000. Having the high pressurized water system, you're not going to find that in the area unless you're in very specific places. And then having the brand new power system up there with 100 amp electrical panel, so you can hook up several RVs and run the
She's selling me now. I'm the sales guy. What's going on here?
That's really what makes the property so like a diamond in the rough. You'll find lots of properties up there for about $120,000. That's just land. That's just trees with no utilities on it whatsoever. So for the price, the location, and all of those features in that property, I mean, $175,000 is really a steal. And
Well,
we have that marked based on our research. We're from this area. We're born and raised here.
okay.
So,
Oh, if you've done the research, Can you tell me the two other comparables that have sold for 1,000 square feet, just so I can see it? If it's selling for that, I would offer you that. But 1,000 square feet, I just want to make sure I have that correct.
1,000 square feet.
It's a
it's a dry cabin, so there's no water going to the cabin, and there is not a
Yes.
well on the property, so the water can only be used for irrigation, and whatever else. Like we put the water in our camper, and we do our dishes and stuff. You can't drink the water. You got to bring your own drinkable water at this point, unless you wanted to dig a well. I am not in a spot right now where I
have the
really
address.
want to spend anything. If you just want to go look on Zillow and do your own research, there's plenty.
Oh yeah, I was just asking because you said you did your research to justify the price. I was just seeing if you know something I don't.
Everything that I know is just from the research that I've done.
What research?
Okay, the cabin is about 200 square feet.
Oh, okay, it's 200 square feet.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
I thought it was
so
12 by 14. My bad.
Yeah, no, it's just a little dry cabin.
Okay. Well, I can't buy a house based on feelings. I have to do it off of what I feel like the market price is based on what I can get in rent for it. So it might not be a good fit, but I would probably be around 125,000 on this.
Okay, well, I appreciate it, and I'm not the only owner on it. If you want to send a formal written offer, or not even formal, if you want to just send me an email with an offer that I can share with my partner, then we're willing to look at everything. But I can tell you right now, 125 is. We did get an offer at one point for almost 150 and didn't take it. So
okay,
it wasn't formal. It was kind of like this.
Did they? All right. And how much EMD did they put it down?
I'm sorry.
How much earnest money did they put down when you went under contract?
We don't do that. We don't want to mess with that earnest money or anything. Just whoever wants it. Write an offer, sign the papers, go to the title company, done.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right, Amy. Well, that actually sounds good. So what you can do for me is if you can send me your research to justify the price, and I'll send you over the contract, and we can see what we can do.
Okay. I'll give you my email address, or why don't you give me yours?
Yeah, I can go text it to you right now.
Okay, sounds good. What'd you say your name was?
My name is Zach.
Okay, Zach. All right. Well, yeah. I guess we'll just talk to you later.
All right, sounds good. I'm looking for at least 2 comparable properties like this for research. So I'll go wait for that. I'll send you over the contract. I appreciate it.
Okay, I wouldn't necessarily wait on that.
Oh,
just go online,
I thought you
do
did research. You said you did it though.
Look in the area. There's not much up there, so you can just.
But you did do your research, so I'm just curious what research you had.
Just Zillow and put in the zip code, and you can see Centerville and Idaho City, and there's probably a whole total of 15 properties.
Okay.
In the area.
Well, I'll wait for that research to justify the price, and appreciate it. Have a good one. Screw that. I'm so done with this. Like, guys, you can't lie to me. All right. You just can't lie to me. All right. Like, come on. 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 You can't BS me. All right. You can't do it. I'm the guy that you're going to go roll over and say, I did my research, and I don't ask. Come on. Don't give me that. All right. Let me go text her my information just so I can go get that deal ASAP. Jeez Louise, these people, they are. Gurus don't do that. Gurus don't care. Gurus are mostly licensed realtors, so they got to suck it up and listen to them and smile like an idiot. I ain't do that. All right. Like you lied to me more than 2 times. I ain't going to do it. So you lied about the square footage. Then you lied about having plumbing. I don't know. She might not lied about that, but it's got no running water to the property. It's 1,000 square feet. So it's $1,000 a square foot. I asked her, is it 1,000 square feet? Is that why it's at this price? My research said it's worth this. Okay. Show me the research. Well, Guys, when you base your price on foo-foo numbers that make you feel good inside, I ain't doing that. All right. I don't care what price makes you, what you feel like the price is. Okay. I feel like I should buy this house for $4. That's what I feel. I don't care what you feel. The facts don't care about your feelings. Okay? Your facts. The facts is what I care about. And, you know, I don't pay for sentimental value. All right? I don't pay for that. All right? So Elijah had a good point here. The cabin's 50 years old. Things on cinder blocks. Like, bruh. Homie, you on cinder blocks and you're trying to convince me to buy your house? No way, Jose. I ain't doing that. 12 by 14 is 168. That's what I thought. She said 200, and I got lied again. Here, I just want everyone to understand how crazy this is. You are going to have to deal with sellers like this. I want you guys to understand. You will have to deal with sellers like this that are going to say they feel like it's worth this. And so what you have to do is when you get that, okay, you just have to ask one question. That's it. I know you feel like it, but how did you come up with that number? Try to get some logic with them. Well, I kind of came up with that because I did independent research. I'm like, show me the research. Well, I looked at the zip code. Come on, right? And so this is the thing you have to do, and this is really important. And this is very, like Whitney said, it's kind of funny, but you can hear the guy in the background scrambling for answers. Here's the thing. I do that not to make the first person feel bad. That's never a good thing to do. I don't do that. I would never say that to make them feel bad about themselves, because obviously they're getting uncomfortable with me saying that because I caught them on lies. I say that because it's all justification for me to get a lower price. That's all. It's all leverage. She's losing all of her leverage to get a higher price for me. She said, I have other people, I have the owners. I'm like, yeah, your boy in the back that's freaking out in the background. Lord. Sebastian said, sellers are liars. They lie, cheat, steal your... Yeah, but I'm not saying that for all sellers, but a lot of sellers are going to lie. It's okay. But sometimes it's true. Elijah says, you got to hit them with reality. I hit these sellers up with reality all the time. I hit these gurus up with reality, and they don't like reality. Reality is a little scary for a lot of gurus out here. So, hey, what are you going to do here? All right, let's get some more calling going. It's just so funny. So funny. These people are ridiculous. You know, like, I think y'all know that. These gurus are just so stinking ridiculous. Drives me crazy. All right, we're under 100 days, so I'm looking for some like really beat up houses. Let's see where we're at here. No. I don't see any distressed real estate. That's cool. It's not distressed, you know. The land should be under owned, but that's 370, so that's a no. Okay, this might be good. Good, he owns the land here. That's a good deal right there. All right, bet. I just have to research how to say Cordian because I know I'm going to say it wrong. Oh, hold on. I got to do my research how to say it the right way. Coeur d'Alene. Coeur d'Alene. Got it. Okay. Got it. All right. Coeur d'Alene. Coeur d'Alene. Coeur d'Alene. All right. Sounds good.
this is Chris.
Hey, Chris, this is Zach. Is this the owner of 2929 North Howard Street?
Yeah.
Hello, hi. My name's Zach. Nice to meet you. I'm calling my business cell. This might be a recorded line. I might be looking to purchase this property. I had a couple questions, if you don't mind me asking.
Honestly, I'm not selling anymore. So
Okay.
thanks for calling.
You have a change of heart?
Yeah. I keep it.
Okay. No big deal. If anything changes,
Thank you.
please give me a call back. Wow. That was the first. Okay. That's a first for me ever on a FISBO. I've never had a seller have a change of heart midway through a call. This is the owner. I don't want to sell it anymore. I've never heard that ever. I researched Coeur d'Alene, and now you have a change of heart. Jeez. I'm never getting those 2 seconds back. Lordy. That's a... Dang it. Whatever. You know what? I want people to understand this, though, that the Coeur d'Alene thing, all right? I just want people like, if you're doing virtual wholesaling and you say the name wrong, you sound like you don't know the area well, and it's terrible. I had one guy I knew. He was virtually wholesaling, and he was buying houses in Macon, Georgia. And when you talk to a seller, so it's Macon, like bacon with an M, Macon, Georgia, right? And if you go and talk to a seller and say, I'm looking to buy your house in Macon, it sounds, okay, first of all, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know the area well, and you're not serious, right? They want to tell people when they have their little fire detectors go off. I swear, I feel like, I'm not going to call them, I'm going to knock on wood here, but I feel like my fire detector is going to hop off in my house like during a live just to mess with me. But I got batteries. They're ready. Okay, I got batteries. But yeah, you got to make sure you know the name of the city. And some cities have really weird names, like Boca Raton. You know, Florida's got a bunch of weird ones, right? But like, you got to understand how to say them, because a lot of them have French and Spanish names. And if you say it the wrong way, you're going to sound like you don't know the area well. So you just got to be careful. So just FYI for everyone on here. But yeah, he was annoyed right off the, like, people are annoyed after I give him the offer. This guy was just annoyed from the start. Come on. Drive me crazy here. Alrighty. Okay, this looks like a fake seller. All right, this is suspect right here. This is very suspect. He doesn't have real pictures of the house. So we're gonna be careful here. Yeah, this might be a scammer. All right, let's call. Only Zach can deal with the suspect calls on here, right?
The person you're calling isn't accepting messages right now. Why don't you text us or try calling again later?
Mad. So I got a question. What makes this suspicious? I'll show you really quick. Pretty obviously why it looks suspicious to me. I'll show you really quick. The reason why this thing's looking very suspicious is, first of all, they're using old MLS data. And so when I can see here, this thing last sold on the MLS. Okay. In 2.5. So he's using old realtor information. He's using old realtor information. And so, yeah, you got to be careful here. So that's why it's suspicious. It's when they're using pictures from other websites. They don't even know how to screenshot it. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting. Huh. Gotta be careful. He knows it's Zach Ginn. Yeah, I'm coming for you. If y'all, you remember last time I called out that one person. I have too much fun. I go after these gurus too hard, I think. I go too hard in the paint sometimes. But yeah. It's too funny. Okay. Huh. It's updating, but not terrible property. Okay, not bad. Okay. I can make this work. Not. All right, bet.
Hello?
Hello, hi. Is this the owner of 990 Jefferson Avenue?
It is.
Hello, hi. My name is Zach. I'm calling my business cell, so this might be a recorded line. I'm calling here on the Zillow ad I see. I was just seeing if
Yes,
you're still looking to sell the property.
I would be interested
Okay.
if it's a reason, if it's an offer that makes sense for me in my situation.
Okay. What's your name?
My name is Jeremy.
Jeremy. Nice to meet you, Jeremy. So
Yeah, you as well, Zach.
yeah, so I'm looking at it. I said I might potentially look to buy it. It might not be a good fit. I just am calling around, seeing some info on it.
Right.
Can you tell me a little bit about the property here? I know I've been reading the description, but it's not, as big as others. So I was just trying to see what's going on with the house.
Yes. Right now it's gutted, and
Oh,
I have to go up there and clean up. My partner, who was to do the work, quote unquote partner, he's abandoned the property now. Basically damaged everything, destroyed everything, and so it's gutted. He's done very little to nothing in work there over the course of these 3 months, because it was a fix and flip of ours as well. He came to me and wanted me to finance this, and so at this point I have the means to salvage. It's just a question of whether, if I had an offer to buy me out, I would take it. Even if I break even, I'd be like, hey, let's just because it would be a thorn out of my side. But the break even point would be, I have to go through the numbers again, but it's going to be pretty tough. I can't imagine anyone wanting to buy it. I don't know, but the break even point is about $240,000. That's how much we've put into it. But that's including materials such as cabinets. We've got butcher block countertops. We've got a lot of materials there, including drywall, flooring. There's a whole bunch of materials there that have already been paid for. and they're sitting there in the house, I'd be happy to include those in the purchase. So you'd already have most of the materials to get it done. But that's the break-even point. It's about 240,000. If I had that, I would walk.
Okay.
If I don't, I'll just have to end up finishing the project myself. I mean, obviously hiring others to get it done, but that's where I'm at, to be perfectly candid.
Hey, I get it. You know, I fix and flip some nightmare houses too. Usually it's the situations with the property, not the other person. Is this other person, I don't name names, making them feel bad, but is this person also on the deed on the property?
That's the other thorn in my side that I'm working towards. I've already had a consultation with attorneys, well, with one. I say attorneys because I've got other things going on, but I know that he's got to sign off because, yes, his LLC is on title. He probably, the organization he has, he probably doesn't have an operating agreement, so I'm going to need his wife to sign on the quitclaim deed as well. I've got an appraisal scheduled for tomorrow so that I can bring him to the reality of the value of the house and show him, look, here's the appraisal, here's our comparables that they've done in the appraisal, this is what it's worth. If we're under, do you want to take on the loss? Because if not, then go ahead and sign the quitclaim deed. Let's get you off title. If the slight likelihood of actually having a little bit of equity from what we've put into it, and we're not under, then I'm happy to split up according to our partnership agreement, as long as he's willing to sign off on title. So we got some things in place to get him off title. We'll see if he responds. I hope he does, because he hasn't talked to me. He might be waiting for that because it's in the partnership agreement on March 1st. We'll have the appraisal, and I've already informed him we're doing the appraisal and getting things underway. So I have yet to see how that pans out, how that plays out.
Okay. What was his main issue, if you don't mind me asking?
Nah, I'm pretty open, possibly to my detriment, but, a little bit of motivated here. I would say, what was his issue? It's hard to say. When we first started, against my better judgment, when we first got into this arrangement, I work a lot with legal language and plan documents and such, and so I had drawn up this partnership agreement to try to cover everything, and he felt it was too convoluted. He felt like it was over his head. I don't think he understood it, and I said, well, fine, we can basically keep the main points in. So he was always, and he accused me of not trusting him because we wanted something in writing, and I found that was odd, and obviously, and I, like I say, against my better judgment, and trying to be too nice to him, that was my fault. Went ahead and did this anyway because I had already put the money down, and I was considering getting somebody else to do the work, but he really said he wanted it, he needed it, and I think I became too charitable with him. Said, okay. So we anyway, long story short, every single time I wanted to follow up with him where he was at, what he's doing, he would get defensive, he would get argumentative. And I'm in Utah. He was doing this clear out in Idaho Falls. So it was a long distance project for me, and my first. And I'm thankful for all the things I've learned, but I can see where it was hard to manage. It was hard to supervise because he kept, and I didn't have the time to drive all the way out there. Although I did maybe on 2 occasions and found that he wasn't doing anything, that resulted in arguments, trying to get him to do what he said he was going to do. But anyway, I suspect that he just was in over his head. I think he claimed to know more than what he actually did because he struggled with the HVAC, didn't know how to make sure that was up to code. I think he's an expert in drywall, maybe a little bit of electrical, mud, tape, paint, those kinds of things. But I don't, as far as having the ability to do a full-on rehab like this one, I don't think he had the skill set like he said he did.
Yeah.
So, and I I wonder what he was doing while he was there, because all the work that I saw he did versus the time he had, he just wasn't. I wonder what he's been up to. What is he doing? So,
Where do you find this guy? Is this a friend?
so my sister is close friends with his wife. They talk every single day, which is another play and key into it, right? That's why I was like, hey, let's see if we can work this out. Yeah, it was just, anyways.
Okay.
Lessons learned.
I get it.
That's
so I'll be completely frank with you. I've done a lot of fix and flips. I do a lot of stuff around the country. And so I'm just calling about this property here. Between you and me, I'm just telling you, it's probably in your best interest to break even and not be underwater, right?
I'd be happy with that, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking, so obviously, I don't know if I can possibly do that, but obviously, I don't think it'd be in your best interest for me to buy this thing, try to buy it for 200, because obviously that wouldn't work for you. So you're getting the appraisal. It sounds good. I got a couple options for you here. I'm just trying to think what's best for you. You're in a weird situation with title and things like that. But
right.
Trust me, there's nothing that really phases me here. So there's a couple options here. Number one, we can always work with this other guy. I don't think is he in La La Land with what he thinks it's worth? Like,
yeah, he kept saying after we repaired it that he kept thinking we would get $320,000 out of it. I said, hey, market's taking a dip, interest rates, Fed rates keep rising. This puts, as you know, this stifles the market. Come on, 320. Yeah, that was the price maybe a few months ago, but currently I keep looking at prices over there in Idaho Falls. I keep seeing houses that are similar selling for 260, 280. To be honest, so
okay. Well, is this kind of funny to say, but this is situations I've been with forever. So I'll just tell you what I think on this. Now, I'm not saying this is your situation, but this situation I'm dealing with. I've bought a lot of properties from people that are going through a divorce. And when divorces happen, the wife thinks the house is worth $500,000 and the husband knows it's worth 200.
right.
And then it's a bypass, right? And they hate each other. And what are we going to do? This seems not as bad. This seems like a similar situation. So you do have options with this, right? So, I mean, you can buy the guy out. You can kind of force him to sell, right? At a 50-50. There's a lot of ways around it. But between you and me, if I never buy this house, this is good advice. You just have to make the guy come to reality. And that'll be the cheapest thing for you. Because buying the guy out at 320 will lose you more money than not. And that's what I've honestly seen with those type of situations. But I could tell you, I know some of the biggest fix and flippers in Idaho. And so personally, I'm a guy that likes to get really good discounts. This probably is not it for me, but I do have some partners that are the top guys and they'll pay a little more than me. So I might want to go with them and see if they want to work with me on this and see if there's any way I could possibly help you out here. On top of that too, right?
You'd be seeking a wholesale, basically.
I wouldn't wholesale it now. I would just give it to one of my partners. Like I don't want a fee off of this.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
So I wholesale with them, but I wouldn't wholesale this house. I just give this the title's so murky. They would probably want something creative possibly with you on this. If it's a little too overpriced, but that's the stuff I probably just don't want a fee on. These are just guys I know. And I might just give it to them, but no, I do wholesale, but I don't see myself wholesaling this. I mean, would you take payments on this if this guy gets a little too crazy and we could renovate the property? Like, I mean, do you have a hard money loan on this?
We do. And it's probably helpful to know on your end, I have the means to go ahead and pay that off today. I just don't want to put good money after bad.
Yeah.
And that's because of the murky title. Now, as I say, that's where I'm trying. That's what you've said. I love it. We're on the same page. It's the same thing I'm thinking. Got to get him to reality. That's why the appraisal, and then show him those results as well as any other comparables I can show him. I've sent him emails about what's going on in the market from my real estate agents, and that's so we'll see how he responds. But once him and his wife sign off, and then title's clear, it's going to be fine. But But yeah, like I say, I have the means to go ahead and take care of it. It's just the challenge is that it's at a distance, right? It's 3.5 hours away. That's why I'm willing to just let it go if I have to, right? I mean, if it makes sense to. So,
Okay.
or maybe even I would even be open to a partnership idea. Maybe that doesn't make.
I don't think you
sense,
need
so.
another partner right now, Jeremy. I get a million calls from wholesalers probably for the next week or two. That's probably not going to be the best for you. What I can tell you right now is get that appraisal. Let me know what it says. I'm gonna talk to my partner, and he's probably going to call you. If I'm going to wholesale it, I would tell you. But I'm probably not going to wholesale this one. I would have him do it. And so whoever you talk to, make sure they're legit. They're not a wholesaler. And let me have a talk with him, and he'll probably get in contact with you and see if there's anything we can do to help you out. It might be a creative solution with the hard money. I know some ways around that, but that hard money is going to be a thorn in your side. So let me talk and see what we can do. But you talk with your other partner here, and I can see, because I probably can't do 240, but let me see if my other guy will. He might a little overpay for it for you, but let me see what I can do, man.
All right, yeah. Let me ask you a few questions too, Zach. It's okay. You mentioned where you invest all over the country. Where are you actually located?
I'm in Florida.
Florida, okay. Nice.
But I'd be working.
And,
I would just give it to my guy in Idaho.
uh-huh.
I think they do
So you got-
150 flips a year.
Okay. So how long have you been in the industry?
I've been in the industry for 6 years.
6 years, nice. So do you typically, I mean, what kind of things are you looking for when you go out and buy?
I want to make money.
Right, but more detail. I mean, are you looking for? I mean, I guess, are you looking? Do you buy and hold? Are you looking? What is it that qualifies you to actually invest in it besides giving it off to someone else?
If I can rent it out for the right cap rate, usually for me, just to buy it.
Okay, so you usually do buy and hold, because that's actually something I do too. I've always been doing buy and holds. Anyway.
All right. Well, let me talk to him, and I'll reach out to you and see what we can do. All right.
All right. What's your contact, Zach?
The phone number I'm calling you at.
That's the best contact. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Hey, appreciate the call.
All right. Have a good one, Jeremy.
Yeah, you too. Bye-bye.
Oh, that's a lot going on there. He's trying to see if I'm a buyer for him, right? All right. So let me give my thoughts on this. Let me kind of break this down. This is not a deal per se where I'm going to go in, try to lock the guy up and do it. He's a very savvy guy. Okay. He's a savvy guy in a tough situation. I feel for him here, right? Here's the thing. Let's just be honest. All right. He's in a bad situation here. He's in a rough one. He's with a bad car. He's with a bad partner. He tried to get me to partner with him, right? He's a very trusting guy. And unfortunately, it's a rough situation, right? And so he needs to probably sell it for cash, but he's definitely underwater on this deal. He's 100% underwater on this deal. So between you and me, a creative finance deal is probably going to be the best. And I'm thinking here for him, he's probably going to have to pay that hard money loan, and I can give him payments on the property until he recoups that money, probably 4 or 5 year lease option. Because with lease option, I give him something up front. I fix up the entire property, probably put 30, 40 grand into it, arbitrage in between that, and then sell it for the right price in 5 years. That's going to be the best thing. But I don't think I can wholesale it. It's a creative deal. I don't see any way I can wholesale it. I do have a guy there in Idaho, which I know he flips like 150 houses a year, roughly. So I'm going to see if that guy will buy it for 240 just to help the guy out. I don't think I'm going to make an assignment. Maybe a $5,000 assignment. Like he might, but like he's one of the guys that I just send wholesaling deals to, and he will buy them from me. So I just might throw him a bone there. It's not a big deal for me. Maybe just help the people out. I just want to do what's right. Try to help the guy out. But yeah, it's weird. I just be careful with it, man. But yeah, he's ready to bring me deals. Let's get out of your situation first, and let's deal with that. But I feel terrible, but you just got to do the right thing, right? And so this seems like a creative deal. Like, I mean, looking at this property here, right? Like, I just see it. It's a bigger house. And let's look at so he bought it for 210. And that's the problem. He bought this thing for 210. And let me show you guys really quick. He's underwater on this deal. And so let me show you the reason why. He bought it for 210 during the height of the market. And if you look at Idaho, like, what did I say? Guys, what did I say before I even call? Like, what did I say before I even started calling? I said Idaho is one of the biggest markets that are going down in value because those were most overpriced. And so if I look here in Idaho Falls, I can show you guys here. He bought it in October, right? And now we're in here. We haven't got even the data yet, but he's at 359. It's going to go down because, right, it's probably at 350 right now. His equity's down by probably roughly 20% because they only have January data. They didn't get the March yet, right? And so he's definitely underwater. That's a rough deal for him, right? Like, he's definitely underwater on this property. What's 20%, right? So if the thing was actually worth, maybe it's worth 250, but like he's probably underwater by 30, 40 grand on this deal. He just bought it way too high, got 10% hard money loan, and tried to bank on appreciation, and he got in trouble there, right? That's why when I fix and flip, I got to make 70K on a deal minimum. He was probably going to make 30, 40K, but the problem is the piece of real estate went down 40K. Now he's at zero. And with realtors and stuff, he's in a negative. And so the only way I can help this guy out is probably with creative financing. You know, I hate to say it, but like 240 is too pricey for me. The comp's 210. You got to put 50 into it. 260. The thing's probably worth 220. He's in it for 240. Like, he's underwater 20 grand. I can't wholesale that, right? A lot of flippers right now, guys and gals, they are in the situation where they bought during the height. So about June of last year was the height, right? We're kind of seeing the data here. You know, we're seeing the data here. It really was the height, you know, this time. And then it's just boiling down, right? And this is not the entire country. I hope everyone like, oh, this is a very small. Idaho was always cheap real estate. Nobody wanted to live in Idaho, but for some reason during the panoramic that happened, it shot up like insane. Like, let me show you the value here. It shot up, went crazy in value, and now it came up really high, and now it's going to fall really bad. Now, Florida was like this, but why isn't Florida rose like crazy? Because zero income tax, everyone wanted to go to a warm state, nice. But why isn't it dropping like we're seeing in Idaho? Because when the real estate went weird and like the market got a little weird, people stayed in Florida because it's cheaper than going back to California and New York. People stayed in Florida. People aren't staying in Idaho, and they went out, and the market couldn't deal with it. The reason why Idaho went crazy is because the population wasn't mixing with the prices. Florida grew the most in the 2020 census over any other place. It grew 1.9% more than any other state. So we had a population to sustain that price increase. The problem is Idaho doesn't have that. And so the guy's in trouble here. I'd probably say creative finance, he gutted it. The guy probably stole some stuff. Who knows? But like, not the guy I'm talking to, the other guy, he's in a bad situation. And so this is a really, really tough situation for that seller. I got to help them out, right? And I think a creative finance will probably be the best one, so he doesn't lose all of his money. And then with good equity, I'll probably make money in 5 years on this, right? Like, that'd probably be the best thing for him. And so I want you guys to understand, like, these are going to be more and more in the future. Like, these are going to be more and more type of properties like this are coming out. Real estate's not like snapping down as hard like in Idaho it is, but you might see this in like 6 to 7 months. I can still wholesale this thing all day, but he got a loan on the property. That's the issue, right? And he's kind of accepted reality fast. He seems a little savvier, but most people aren't. So I just want people to understand, like, that's a weird situation. Creative finance probably be the best thing for it. You could potentially wholesale it, but he might be underwater on that one. So it's going to be tough. So if you guys want to learn like lease options, creative financing, all the stuff, I had a really cool video on that too. But all the stuff is at freewholesaling.com, my free real estate wholesaling course. So I would just tell you, like everybody watching this, things are changing. A lot of things are changing here for the best. Because I think Idaho was just way too overpriced. Austin, Texas is like that too. Just some markets were way overpriced. But yeah, go to freewholesaling.com. You learn how to structure a lease option. I do have a full breakdown on that. I thought it was actually really good. But, I think a lot of wholesalers, they are not equipped to know how to handle that situation. And that's honestly one of the most motivated sellers I think I've ever dealt with on a FSBO. And if you know how to help them out, you can make money and then help them not lose money. Traditional realtors can be like, all I know as a realtor is to list the property. Oh, 220, you're screwed. F you, I want my commission. That's not the right thing to do. A creative finance might be the best thing for this person, right? And you can wholesale a creative finance deal for a lot of money. That is it. And so I'll keep you updated on that. I'm just going to send to my other guys, see what happens. Maybe do a creative finance with that guy. But yeah, he said I'm a wholesaler. I'm not really looking to wholesale this one. I don't think it's good enough. And he just bought it for too high. And that's his main issue. So that's the thing. Let's see if these guys texted me. Yeah. So he's trying to get some info. So we'll see how I can help the people out. But yeah, guys, that is my live cold calling for today. I think there's a lot of good stuff, a lot of great motivated. That could be a very good deal. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, Idaho is one of the most overpriced markets, and it will be going down snappier than a lot of other markets. So I think the spinner wheel chose really good today. I think the spinner wheel has chosen for me an amazing deal to do, and a lot of motivation, right? You had all the drama. And so I gave him some solutions, see what I can do. But yeah, that's it. So guys, if you got any value from this video, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe. Let me see what I can do and help the people out. So for Eternal Seller said, seller should take his loss and move on. I don't think so. That's a mental loss for the guy. I think he might a creative finance deal where he pays off that loan and then he gets some payments. So eventually over 3 or 4 years, that loss is nothing. And he doesn't have to lose money on it. 20 grand for a lot of people is a lot of money. For me, not really, but like for most people, it's a lot of cash. And so it might not be worth it for him to do that. And it might not be in what he wants. And you got to get win-wins for your sellers here, Donald King, subject to wouldn't be good there at all because there's equity in the deal. But the problem is I can't take over a subject to loan at like 8, 9, 10%, right? It's stupid. And he bought it for too high. And so if he had a mortgage on it, I'd take that thing over. That's a perfect subject to taking it over, but he didn't get a mortgage on the property. So what you want to do is find sellers like this that did this, but they bought it in a mortgage and just went down in value, not with a hard money loan. Those are the things you have to keep your eyes out. Yeah. And honestly, even if I don't talk to the guy, I think I gave him some good options to think about on that one. But guys, you got to think like what's best for the seller. What's best for me is to wholesale that, but like I can't get this thing locked up for 200, make a bunch of money, right? Man. He's not singing. He's fed up with the house. This is what a real motivated seller sounds like. They are just absolutely fed up with the house. So yeah. So if you look at the public, he bought it for 210. So not a good deal. I would never bought that deal, but some guys do it. Let's see here. Hey, Zach, since you dropped the new vid on creative financing, can you make a live pitch, seller financing sub 2 to all the... Yeah, I should probably start doing a little more on that. But yeah, I think more of these deals are coming up. I should probably do more videos on it. And I think the people are going to like that, right? If you want more creative finance content like that, I'll let you know. It would not be a good Airbnb. This would be a lease option. That's what I'm thinking in my mind on this. I could be wrong, but I feel like it'd be a good Airbnb for me. I think that's probably the best opportunity. But yeah, guys, let me know what it means. But yeah. So guys, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe. If you want to learn more real wholesaling content, just go to freewholesaling.com and See you guys soon. This is Zach Ginn signing out. See y'all tomorrow.